Libras, welcome. Libras. My name is Patti, and I'm here to do your reading for March 1st through the 7th. Oh my goodness, time is just flying. I cannot believe it. So just a heads up, that full moon energy, if you're watching this after the 27th, is going to play. Oh, wow. This is happening a lot today. I don't know why. But the 27th, those energies are going to go until about the 2nd or 3rd. So please know that if you're feeling a little anxious, things that are sort of like not quite clear, that is the full moon energies. That's going to change because you're going to get a lot of clarity with the March planets that are going on and things going on with that. I won't go into that right now because I do have a reading for the full moon. If you're watching this before the 27th, it's the 26th at 1 o'clock. So if you want to learn about the full moon and some of the energies for the beginning of March, with not only the planets, I will do a reading, but that's usually towards the end because I'm more conscious about what the planets are doing because that is really going to tell you what to look forward to for that rest of the time, for those 2 weeks pretty much. So that's coming up at 1 o'clock. So subscribe, hit the bell. You'll know when I'm on doing that live. The only other announcement I have is for the week of March 10th. Hey, Ryan. That's okay. You can come into all of them if you want to. On the March 10th, I'm having knee surgery, so you're probably going to have some pre-recorded videos with no chat. But if I can have the time, I will do them live before my surgery. However, I can't guarantee that because my leather business is getting super busy. Never thought I'd be into airplane upholstery, but, you know, I fly planes, but I never thought I'd be into that. Now I'm getting really busy. So anyway, so there's that. And the only other thing is, and Ryan, you already know this from the last reading, but please, for new, not only me, but any new YouTube creator, please like their channel because that is where we get noticed or put out there a little bit more to be seen. And I personally just want to do this so other people can see this and maybe it'll help them because I'm a very different type of intuitive reader. You'll find that I mix in the divine, number one, his wisdom and where he wants us to go. But number two, I do put astrology, and three, I put numerology into it. So a lot of effort of energies going on. They all play together. So I don't know how you could not do all three of them, or at least astrology and the divine. Otherwise, I don't know how they read cards. Anyway, so we're going to get started. The first oracle out for you guys. Now, remember, this is for the 1st through the 7th of March. The first oracle out, beautiful. It is so beautiful. This is the Divine's card. This is what he wants you to focus in on for this week, guys. And it is a real beautiful energy because this has to do with the butterfly. Now, the butterfly for the Divine is about transformation. So he's wanting you to transform, and you can say whoever the Divine is to you. It doesn't matter. To me, it's God. I call my Divine God. It's just grew up with. That's what I do. But God is energy. And Divine is energy. And there is frequencies, vibrations, decibels, all that kind of stuff. I'm not going into it. But the Divine is energy. He is real. I have experiences. Watch my paranormal video. I think I put that up on here, or it's actually in the playlist. But I've had so much to prove that there is an energy, a higher being out there. So anyway, transformation. This week is about transformation to a higher level. Divine, what he says is truth and love. That is the highest level that you can be. Your card for the week, however, is the Stag. Oh, this is interesting. He just told me the videos that I'm supposed to do for March, and one of those is on pride. So pride and leadership. But pride is something that we do have to have. However, there are some people, both men and women, that their pride level is way up here. So when your pride level is up here, that is earth-based. That is a low vibration. I know it sounds, well, I should have pride. I should be happy. Yes, there is a certain amount of pride. However, when you have high pride that nobody can tell you anything, that you have it all right, you know what to do, you are not going to open the door to anything else because you know it all, that is such a low vibration. That where's the serpent? Because that's about as low as it is. So the leadership part, you have to remove some of the pride, because when you're in leadership, it's not about you. A lot of people think, I've owned companies for a long time, I've managed for a long time, I've taught management. The thing is, when you are a leader, it is not for you. This is for your team, for you to grow a team, to grow a company, to grow a product line, to grow. It is nothing to do with you. Amazing, isn't it? Future card. I'm getting a hot flash. I haven't had one of these for a while. Yay. Thought I was out of them. Raven is your future card. Now, with the future card, again, we're not going to focus so much on that because the energies change from second to second to second. And whatever you choose or you make your decision, that's going to change the energy completely. So if the divine says go this way and you're like, screw that, I don't want that, and I go this way, it changes the whole scenario. Because the divine's saying, I'm doing this to help you and grow you and blah, 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 right? Because that's a synchronistic event. So the divine is trying to give you all these dot to dots in your life, your destiny. That's the destiny. A lot of people think, well, my destiny and purpose is the same thing. No, it's not. Destiny is the steps to get to your purpose. So what are the destiny? What are the dots to dots? Who are the people that you put in your life? What is being put in your life? What has been in your past that is a pattern that keeps repeating itself? People keep coming into your life for a reason. This is what the divine wants you to really pay attention to in your future. So from now to the future, this is about definitely transformation for somebody. Somebody's going to lose some pride, which is very healthful. And with the moon and the planets, it is about our body. It is about our health. It is about that kind of stuff. And that is something that you probably, if you lose pride, you grow in spirit. End of story. If you lose pride, you not only grow in spirit, you're growing in a purpose that you're living in, because our purpose is not for us to end here. This is why the divine, he literally spoke so loud to me I fought doing all spiritual stuff because I've held it in for my life, all my abilities, my hearing, my clairvoyance, my everything that he's given me. I held that into my 50s, guys. Don't waste time. Don't waste time. And the thing is that he kept speaking louder and louder. If the divine talks to you and you keep hearing it over and it keeps getting louder and louder, you better take heed, because it's not going to go away until you listen to what that is. That's good. That's good. Don't listen to all. Be careful what you listen to, Ryan, because the low vibrations are really keen and tricky. So they are really tricky, and they will trick you into thinking that that's divine. That's where your spirit and your knowledge and your intuition comes in. Because if it is not of a high vibration, of positive, a joyful, something that you're listening to, if it's something that gives you like I'm not quite sure, or if it's something of a low vibration, okay, a low vibration, then what's going to happen is it's going to take you into a spiral down. That's not cool. So be really, really careful. Anybody out there who you listen to. I've had people email me recently about the voices that they're hearing. Are they really themselves? Are they actually the divine? Or some of them are very dark. And so you've got to make sure to know how to release those dark energies, okay? So those dark energies, if you do not know how to release them, please get a hold of me because they can be very, very dangerous, unfortunately. And I'm getting goosebumps for somebody. So somebody's having problems with a dark voice or a dark energy. So please contact me and we'll do a one-on-one. For you, because that is something that you have to learn how to release. You got to get them out of there, because they'll start eating at you. That's called, the negative thinking. Also, you start thinking negative, you got to learn how to transform your mind. Okay, for somebody, this is a time to transform that mind to a positive, higher vibration. All right, so let's get going here. First card out is the Empress. All right. The Empress is all about nurturing and loving. We've got the King of Wands. Okay, now this is for your soul. King of Wands is all about communication. It also could be about travel. However, there's some nurturing for somebody's soul that needs to happen. The desire for more peace, the desire for more calm. Somebody is really working. This is a transformation process for somebody, and it is going to take strength. It is going to take time and practice. Okay, guys, whenever you plan or do something new, it takes time. Like, people come to me and say, well, I want to lose 30 pounds. And I'm like, okay, we can do that. Well, let's get you to lose 30 pounds. But the thing is, they want to do it like, okay, well, I saw this diet thing and I saw this pill and I saw this powder. I can lose 10 pounds in a couple of weeks and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, it's a process. It took you 30 years or 20 years to put on all this extra weight. You think it's going to happen overnight? And if it does, from my experiences, I have, back here, the book I wrote from when I was bodybuilding, I was started at 215 pounds. It took me a year to get down to 136 pounds on a bodybuilding stage. Did it stay off? No, because it was the mindset. It was the mindset. And it was where I was starting my thought process here, not here. So big difference. Once you think here, yes, it comes off. It's huge. It's night and day. However, this is a process, takes time, and it takes strength. It takes perseverance. It takes to lower that pride. And that's why year resolutions, they don't work, because this takes strength. This takes discipline. Anytime we want to change something in our psyche, in our body, in our mindset, you are going to fight, because your body or your mind has been so used to doing it that you just want to fight. Your body or your mind is going to throw a tantrum. No, I don't want to change. I don't want to change. I don't want to change. But the more you do it, the more it succumbs. Same with the dark negative thoughts. Those are low vibrational thoughts. You keep saying I'm beautiful rather than I'm ugly. You say I'm beautiful every day. Light will always supersede dark. Always. So that's the whole key with changing and doing a process. It takes strength, guys. Strength. But see, infinity above it, it is spirit. It is something that will last forever. Just like joy. When people say, well, I want to be happy. Good for you. That's an earth thing. I want joy. Joy is spirit, something you can never take from me. And something that you can never, it's not a roller coaster. I'm happy one day. I'm not happy one day. That's a roller coaster. I don't want a roller coaster. Life is already a roller coaster. Why do I want that? I want joy. Memories of my daughter going to a vacation in Disney World together. You cannot take that joy away from me. You can take happiness away. That ride was down and I couldn't ride it. I'm mad. We're Disney World. We're Disney people, because she used to work for Disney, and a long story. Anyway, we are Disney people. And I'm also a Disney specialist as far as travel if you need to go to Disney. Anyway, so here's this whole process. When we transform, here is the end result. Victory. If you really, really listen to your soul, listen to your deep down inner person down here, what your soul is really desiring and wanting, then you keep the strength and perseverance, and you have the victory at the end of what you want to obtain, just like joy. So when you think, well, is that happiness or joy? You have to think about things at first. Like when I teach nutrition, yes, you're going to have to get the scale out for a little bit. Yes, you're going to have to look at this, but give it 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and you know what? You look at it, oh, that's 8 ounces of meat. Oh, that's 3 ounces of rice. Oh, that's, whatever. But yeah, you have to do the due diligence at the very beginning. All right? Oh, yeah, you would love Disney. Well, you got to like theme parks. Disney World is open right now. Disneyland is closed. I plan to go to Disney World, and where I think we have a trip planned. Well, my knee surgery that reminds me, I got to call them. Going to Universal Studios in Florida. We have a trip planned there. But being a travel agent, I get around. So anyway, so I have this new deck, guys, really quick. My daughter blessed me with this. Took her a year to get. And Ryan, you probably already know this because I did the spiel. that this is a Fire Emblem third house. This is from a game, I guess. This is Nintendo approved this one run of this, so it's rare. I guess there's no more. I don't even want to use them because they're so beautiful. But she says I bought them for you to use. But took her a year to get them. They're very beautiful. If you look at the art, these are all different artists that came together for their fans and built these cards. This deck took them over a year to at least get it manufactured. There is an error in there. I found one, and we turned it in to let them know, and they were apparently already knew about it. But yeah, so beautiful, beautiful deck. And I will put this in the description here, but I just didn't do that yet. All right. It is just a very hard deck to shuffle because I have little hands. All right, so let's see where we're going. Remember, the future is all about the synchronistic, the dot to dots, destiny. One thing I want you to take away with that is destiny is the dot to dots to get you to your purpose or your calling. Calling is your passion, this inner passion that has a fire that doesn't stop. That's your transformation. People fight it all the time. Well, I got to do this job. Yeah, you got to do the job, but you know what? You should be working towards your vision of whatever your purpose and your dream is. All right. Oh, did I have these upside down? Nope. I did. Okay, so we have the strength again. Guys, I can't tell you. Strength. Okay. We have strength. We have the chariot. This is movement. This is movement for you guys. It's time for you guys to transform. For somebody here, I don't know who this is going to resonate with, but this is time to transform. Unfortunately, this is in reverse. So if you're looking for a love relationship right now, it's not time. This is a time for you to work on transforming yourself, growing yourself, getting a foundation for yourself. This is a time to do your inner work. March and April are going to be it, babies. March and April is going to be the time for you to do your inner work. What is that inner work you need on? You're like, I don't know. I don't have anything. I don't have any problems. Okay, you have one weakness. You have one fault. Figure it out. Start there. Everybody's got problems. Everybody's got weaknesses. Everybody's got strengths. Everybody. All right. So we have the star. This is all spiritual, definitely spiritual. This is something for you to grasp. This is not for your earth person, the person that loves to see things, have things, touch things, possessions. It's not that. This is a spiritual walk. Again, this is something of nurturing. This is a nurturing week. So this is the star, which is balance. This is all about energy, balance for you guys. And the hangman is spiritual. All about spirit. Insightfulness. Pay attention to your intuition this week. Drop your pride if you have a high pride, which you're going to say, I don't have high pride. Well, if you have to say, I don't have high pride, then you've got pride. So drop some of the pride. Find something new internally that is second dimensional. So we live in two dimensions, what we see and what we can't see. Divine works in the second dimension only, but he actually interacts with the first dimension. So when you are thinking in the first dimension, earth and everything, is this my mindset? Or is this from my heart what I want? Is this from my mind? Or is this what I should be doing? Is this my mind, or is this my integrity or my character? Because integrity is truth and love, and that's it. And the thing is, if you have truth and love, then you have respect, you have unconditional love, you care about what the other's perspective is, not only yours, and all that kind of stuff. All right. Huge. All right. Let me see if I've missed anything for you guys. You've got a lot of beautiful, beautiful things, but this strength and movement, this is for you. This is your choice whether you do it or not. This is between you and the divine whether you move or not. If you want to be stubborn and stuck, then you don't want to grow. Transformation is all about growing up. So if you've been through something really crappy and you've done something really crappy and you learned from it and you repeat it, you haven't learned. If you've done something really crappy and you're like, oh man, I shouldn't have done that, I'll never do that again, then you're learning. Then you're transforming into a positive person, positive light to where you're going to go. I know somebody right now who has actually made a lot of poor choices, and their past is now coming back to them. And the thing is, we've all been there. However, that past was a lot. And now to clean up, to transform, because that person doesn't want to be that way, doesn't want to be reflected as that way, doesn't want to leave a footprint, because when we're young, we do stupid stuff. In this day and age, if you study psychology, which I have done, is that the frontal lobe of the brain, your decision-making brain, is not developed nowadays until you're 24, 25. Way back when I studied, it was 21. So the times are changing because of the way our life is. However, that part of the brain, so why do you think there's a lot of kids making stupid mistakes or ending up in jail or that kind of stuff? Because their frontal decision lobe is not fully developed. So when you hit 25, 30, you're like, oh man, I should have never done that stuff. Should have never done that stuff. Well, you didn't, your brain wasn't formed enough to be able to really, you did know, but you didn't know. So, the thing is that we look at things and we judge others, which I really, really hate people to do that, because you've not walked in their shoes. And you're not in their in their head. You're not lived their traumas, their pains. Oh my gosh. You guys, this is all about spirit. This is all about spirit. Again, I can't even show all these cards. Strength, Hierophant, movement, transformation. Drop the pride. Who's got the pride? Drop it. Drop even just a piece of it to learn to grow. I don't know who this is for, but this is huge for you. This is an aha moment for somebody this week. Because here's the thing. Remember, the future energies is all about the synchronistic events. This is huge for somebody this week. I don't know who this is for, but this is a good thing. This is huge that you have this aha moment, because now you're going to realize that all the people or the things that have been happening in your life had a sequence for a reason, and they're there like, yes, I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to show you. Do you see what I've been put in front of you? Now look at this. And you're like, that's why all that stuff was. That's why that stuff happened. Oh, that's why they came into my life. It's going to be an aha moment. And the thing is, you're going to now transform and move forward. Chariot. And that chariot is literally going to be running, because you're going to have this passion. And there's a lot of newness with the planets. There's a lot of newness coming in with the planets. This passion that you have, it's going to develop and grow. Whether I don't think it's with a person, because the Lover's card came in upside down. Where are they? And this is a time for you to think about you, your inner child work. Don't think about bringing somebody in to your singleness if you are still broken and you are messed up, because you're going to not succeed. This is what the divine's saying. Transform before you bring somebody in. All right, so let's get the moon and the planet energies before I go. I've been running long today. I don't know why, but this is the divine. If the divine wants me to spit this out, I spit it out. It's hard for me because I don't want to talk so fast, but you know what? Divine just overloads and gives me wisdom or thoughts about what's going on in somebody's life. This is a big, big spiritual. Be kind to people. Be kind to people, guys. Here's the reason why I'm saying that, because at your first card out, sorry, I'm going to put the battery in. I didn't realize I was that low. The first card out is your Empress. This is about somebody okay, thank you. About being kind and nurturing to somebody to help them also grow. Maybe you're going to be coming across somebody that needs to have that little lift up. Hey, you can do this. Come on, you can do this. Because strength, maybe they don't have the strength. So if somebody is trying to transform, be there, encourage them, lift them up, be part of their process. They're going to love you for it, because they don't have anybody else in their corner. For another person, Divine was just sharing, is somebody is moving into a pregnancy that is going to take strength. It wasn't expected, which majority of the time they aren't. For that pregnancy, it is going to take strength, because I have a feeling they're single. and they're going to go through it by themselves, but you're not by yourself. So I don't know who that is for. And this is a transformation from singlehood to motherhood. And it's a beautiful transformation. I was a single mom, and you know what? I would never trade it for the world. And I thought of things that I should not have been thinking about. And I'm blessed and happy that I had her. I would never change it for the world. Divine knows timing. It's not our timing. Divine knows timing. All right. So let's see what the full moon is. I don't know. He just gave me that, so I don't know who that's for. Deep freeze. Details, and coming together. So we have the number 8, the number 7, and the number 8 again. So this is about your transformation and your process. This is a process, guys. This is a process, just like I did in Gemini's. This is a process. But the number 7 is in the middle. And the number 7 is about your potential and ambition again. This is about your oh, you're funny. Ryan, you're funny. But the thing is, the process is about your details. You're going to have to sit down and really think about your process for yourself. This is where your strength comes in, to be disciplined. So discipline is really, really hard. Let me tell you, when I was 215 pounds, when I was trying to, and everybody was laughing at me that I was going to be a bodybuilder, and surprising, a year later, I was on stage, and I kept going for, 15 years? But the thing is that, people can laugh at you, say, no, you're not going to do it. Those are the people that's got to go, at least for a while, until you are strong enough to say, don't do that to me. I want you in my life, but don't do that to me. So those are the things. That's where strength comes in. Discipline, your boundaries, your habits, your standards. Lift them up. Don't ever come down to somebody's. Lift them up. This is the planets. These are the planets. This is the moon and the planets. This is about your health, your mental state, your spiritual state. This is what's coming up in November on the planets. All right. Woo! Wow. This is, yeah. It is very important to be kind as well. Because here's the thing about kindness, and here it is about life. It's super, super easy. The super easy thing is, when you have communication with somebody, you have to step out of your perspective. When something's not being understood, this is another transformation for communication. Huge transformation for communication. So when you're talking to somebody and you're not being understood, or there's like the energies start raising, people start getting a little angry, that's a time to say, okay, we're misunderstanding each other's perspective. What is it I'm misunderstanding about that person's perspective? I need to get more clear information. And that other person needs to understand my perspective, because when you share each other's perspective about something, you're going to have each other saying, oh, wow, sorry, I didn't know that. Because I'm sitting there thinking from my own perspective, and I'm getting mad because, well, why would she say that? That's just an insult. Why would she say that? Why would she do that? And it's just like, whoa, pull that horse back and stop it for a second. Here's why I said it. Here's why I am thinking this. And that person's like, oh, it was nothing about you. It was about my thought process, my mind process. And that is huge. You want to not fight? That's the number one step. You'll have to watch my communication video down below. And it's in there. It's in there. So, all right, guys, this has been a great reading. This is all about inner work, self-work, transformation. Find something that needs to change. Work on it. Be due diligent. Drop the pride. If you're a leader, make sure that you're, manager, whatever, leadership role. If you're anything in leadership, remember, you're there to educate and teach them. It's not because you know it all. You know it all, so you need to share your input with them, and be kind and loving while you do it. Drop the pride. All right. Talk to you guys next week, and remember, don't forget to like, guys. This really helps us new channels out. It really does. It gets us to be seen a little bit more, and other people have the opportunity to see it. You can share and you can subscribe, but do that. Oh, okay. So for on a one-on-one, Ryan, you can go down to the description below and you can click on the website, either Get Balance 2020 or Divine Warrior Intuitive. That's my website. They're the same. So that they're the same, and I put them together so you can see the videos from there as well. But you can also book a session from there. You can book either a life balance session, a spiritual session, nutrition fitness session, or a one-on-one intuitive session. Intuitive coaching is like counseling, but from a divine perspective, not from a secular perspective. So it's all about intuition. But we call it coaching because we're not licensed, even though if I've taken psychology and all that kind of stuff, I'm not a licensed psychologist or anything like that. So it's coaching. So it's sort of like just divine coaching, spiritual coaching, that kind of a thing. But then the one-on-one tarot readings, we can either do with cards or without cards. So just hit divinewarriorintuitive.com and you'll see all that information there. And you can also email me if you have any questions. Anything I do is free unless you really want to do a one-on-one and get into more depth. That's the only thing. All right. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next week on the 8th. Wow. I'm a little nervous about that week. So if you pray, keep me in mind. All right. Thank you.